starts off with New York hearing the girls talking ish about her.
I'm not gonna wake up early in the morning and hear them talking about me. Oh, I'm definitely gonna confront it. I'm not having that.
Now, when Rain made the comment,
and if she wanna walk around this house and have everybody hate her, I will let it happen.
ma'am, who the fuck are you supposed to be? I think right then and there, Rain declared herself head bitch in charge. Then we get Miss Latin calling her ex-boyfriend. Calling her ex-boyfriend in another man's house. Now we know this is reality TV, but still, that's disrespectful. You don't do that.
I recently broke up with my boyfriend, Cash. I was with him for 4 years, and it's just it's hard.
Safe to say, she's not here for the right reasons. In the words of New York, this is not for you at this time. The girls is sitting around having a nice little breakfast when Big Rick walks in and hands them a letter. Then walks in the main character herself, Miss New York. New York walked in like she knew something, which she did because she knew who she was going to talk to, and she also knew who she was going to piss off. Not Rain looking like this when New York told her to choke. This is what the fuck is that I do face when Rain said,
Are you serious?
yes ma'am, yes she was serious. Now the girls are on the van and they're riding to their destination. Goldie asks New York a question, and the funny thing is, New York's response was not mean, it was not disrespectful.
Well, I just have a lot on my mind right now, and I don't feel like talking.
And then Pumpkin, she took it upon herself to insert herself into the situation.
You have the opportunity to meet so many great people along
Yeah,
the way.
I do, but I don't want to take the opportunity.
Well, that makes you out to my
No.
As if New York is supposed to give a fuck about being liked. The goal is Flav. The goal is to not make friends, even though there's nothing wrong with that. However, this is not the backyard against. New York is keeping her eyes on the prize. Now, Rain took it upon herself to insert herself for no reason at all. The fact that New York did not want to talk to them had the girls bothered on a level I have never seen. Not only that, Rain and Pumpkin started with New York first.
We tried to include her, and she basically just on us again, and
Now next, the girls arrive at their destination. Now serious, she is really serious. Body is tea. I can see why Flav like Pumpkin. She gives a younger version of Bridget. Sweetie, I like her. She's funny, beautiful, and she got it going on. And Rain, I don't know how old Rain was when this episode was filmed, but I don't know what the hell she was thinking saying that. Cause any man would have saw that, heard that, and seen that as a red flag and hauled ass. Ladies, this is a no-no.
every single man that I've dated either used me or lied to me or cheated on me or done something.
Hottie, I love her and I hate her at the same damn time. She's extra as hell, but I can also tell she's fun and very unique to be around. I love Miss Latin bathing suit, and I can see times have changed and what we consider thick in today's society. Back then, it was different, but she's giving many thick. And I also wanted to point out one very important when Flav said,
Who's here that's really genuinely here for me?
Do
You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly why I'm here.
because Flav is really into Miss Latin. That didn't come out of her mouth, that came out of his mouth. She just agreed and reconfirmed what he said. Now, the infamous scene between Pumpkin and New York. I just don't understand why Pumpkin feels some type of way. I guess that's just the people pleaser mentality that Pumpkin has within her.
When people don't talk to me, I'm like, what the I don't even know you.
Why should it affect you though? Like, why should it? Why laugh
because you're brought into my
And she also said out of her own mouth, obviously this is a competition. This is a competition. Pumpkin was acting like an 8-year-old if you ask me. When you are a people pleaser, sometimes that can bring unnecessary drama to yourself. Next, Flav and the girls go out for their date. And what did Flav have on? I don't fucking know. However, I do love the color scheme that he had on. And Smiley knew damn well she was lying when she said this.
When I first saw Flav for the date, I was like, damn, what a smashing outfit, you know?
But I get it. You know you gotta lie sometimes. Now when Flav told Miss Latin
I'm gonna try to reel you in closer to me,
that he was gonna rear her in closer to him, it made me think about the last two that was standing. And we already know that the last two was standing was Hoops in New York. However, I feel as though if Miss Latin wouldn't have did what she did, it would have been her in New York that would have been the last two standing. One thing I like about New York is she knows who is competition and she knows who is not competition. New York with all certainty knows that Miss Latin is competition.
Miss Latin was making such an impact on Flav, but she's not gonna win.
As Heidi was being the instigator and gathering information at the dinner table, Oyster was soaking this all in. Of course, she went to go tell Flav and she was giving details.
ex-boyfriend from my crib is not cool.
And possibly crying while walking away from the phone after hanging up, which means to me there's apparent feelings that might still be there.
When Flav asked who it is, I knew his heart fell into his ass. Because of all the girls there, I feel as though Miss Latin would have been his first choice.
So who is it?
It's Miss Latin.
Yeah.
Oyster told me about Miss Latin, and it was not soothing to my soul.
Next, now when it comes to the outfits, what the fuck did Heidi have on? New York and Sweetie had the most cutest outfit, I would say. As far as the elimination goes, Flav really hated that he had to send Miss Latin home.
Damn. Why? Why couldn't you just tell me?
And Rain, she needed to go home. Well, that's it. That's all. Stay tuned for the next episode.
Flav was supposed to be a real magnet. He's supposed to be able to sense when someone is sincere. And for that fake bitch to be in the house cuts so deep. She doesn't belong here. She don't know nothing about Flav. She get it? Yeah.